Hello lollies and jelly beans, I'm Melanie Florence and this is Miss Melly Flo's Hot Tea Tarot. So this is the sweet hot tea. What's going on in our love vibes for going into December, going into the end of 2020. So I got a few different decks that I'm going to pull a few different cards for, all in the love zone, see what we've got in the vibes and the energy. And then I'm going to do a bit of a Greenwood reading to see how we got here and where we flow and where we go. So let's have a look at the love in our life, in our sweet hot tea. I'm going to start with my sweetest deck, the Heart and Soul. Heart and Soul, and then love heart cards, and I think they might be my favourite. And that's really hard to say because I got a whole bunch of decks in that box over there. Like trying to refine it a little bit lately. Like connect to a few different ones. So this though is really easy, and if you're looking for something that's inspirational in your day, this is a great deck to get. For people in Australia, you can get them on Booktopia. All right, give me one for our sweet hot tea for December. I'm going into December anyway. Your intuition constantly senses the voice of spirit and conveys this through emotions and feelings. Spirit's great love and wisdom continuously flows through you like a stream of soft diamond light. Stop for a moment and feel the beautiful flow of energy. Allow it to permeate every part of you. You and spirit are one, entwined by invisible threads of love. Oh, I don't know about you. This year has been a roller coaster. And the ups and downs and rounds, and here we are. And it's really hard to get lost sometimes in it all. So sometimes you've got to reach out and know that you're touched and actually see the beauty of what's around you and what you got, where the soft places are in your life, because some of it's really hard. So we're looking for the soft places where we connect with spirit. Now, okay, so I'm going to give us a couple of cards from Earth Magic because I really love seeing what elements that they give us to work with. Because I'm a really elemental chick. If you see my weekly reads and my monthly reads, I do them by element. I'm going to start adding the star signs to the end of them to each element. Like so, and timestamp them and stuff so that they're easier, and I can get the star signs into the elemental reads. So that's where that's going to go next week. Oh, there's one. Clouds and shape shifting. Times to change things a little bit. Time to dream a bit. We've got dreams in the clouds. We can see our pictures in the clouds. Sometimes we see these signs in the clouds. But it's about shape-shifting, it's about mutating, it's a gas. So we can mutate and change and keep things changing and mutating a bit. Like, and we can shape-shifting our love, I guess that's what that's talking about, because that's what we're focusing on in this read. One more. So, yeah, and I'm shape-shifting my readings, that's exactly what I was saying. Instinct and the wolf. So during this time, which we really need to look for signs and symbols, and we're watching and we're shape shifting through how we feel and how we connect with those emotions. This is sort of saying it's time to connect with your wolf and your instinct. And if you're on a soul journey, it's like, really trusting and looking for the signs and trusting in yourself. Like, it can be a pack animal, but we're really trusting our instinct inside of that with the wolf. Okay, interesting. It'll all make sense, it always does as it all goes through as we present more cards. So from the Archetypes deck, this one was the reader's one to connect with, and it's like the total opposite of my Greenwood deck. Oh, one more in there. There's always one more in there. Two. Okay, so these are very different. Let's see what they bring up for our love life. What's the sweet hot tea? What's the sweet hot tea for the Archetypes? The Stone. Alright, look at that safely placed inside of that pyramid. And that sacred geometry sitting there inside this pyramid, inside the triangle, inside the square, inside the circle. We have the stone. That's where our foundations are. That's where our strength is. This is where our strength lies when we sit and we wait and we're patient. And I guess this is knowing about the foundation of you and what your stones are, what your stone is. Okay, interesting. Ooh, and the unseen on the bottom of the deck was sitting up there for you. The unseen, still so touching on with spirit, and really connecting with the I am, and the I am in our heart. Okay. And so I have one more here that I'm going to pull one card for. The Oracle of the Hidden Worlds by Lucy Cavendish. And just like this, it's really old kingdom knowledge, and it's really connecting to a deeper space. So what do we got? Okay. Reflection, comeback, rebirth and renewal. Look at that castle and look at those clouds. So we've got our clouds and we've got our castle there on our mountain with a wolf, with our instinct. This is a transformative place. So a comeback, a rebirth and a renewal. All right, the resurrection. So there could be something in your past that you are looking to that you might be able to resurrect, and there might be a renewal, or there's a rebirth of you and a renewal of your heart. So I'm going to do so this is a 5-line spread. It starts with 5 for how we got here, 4 for our healing element, 3 for how you apply that to the world, 2 for our actual partnerships, and 1 for self-love. So in our sweetheart tea, let's see how the love goes. Let's see how it flows. I'm going to turn it down so you can see the table, because I like you to be able to see the cards and how it's setting up and how they line up. Turn it around a bit. Let's see. If we were doing a reading, I like you to sit next to me. It's why I sit up like this. So let's see. Let's see what we got on the table. Ooh, bring out the cards. Still wrapped up. Okay. Oh, there's a bit of something going on just there. Still got cards turned over from before. All right, let's see what we got in the green word. All right, 5 cards. Oh, how we got here. So there's been a jealousy going on. My sister says this is getting to the heart of the matter. So this is really, breaking down and having those conversations and those hard conversations. This can mean that there's been a third energy in partnerships. So it can be a triad of people. Because generally in war, there's like 2 sides and somebody in the middle playing on the fence. But this can be hard conversations and really having to get to the heart of the matter of things that are meaningful. A bit of heartache, that card. All right. All in the mind and conversation. All right, so how we got here. How we got here. Okay. So creating a new foundation. That's a practical new beginning. I'm taking the top one of those. Ooh. So this can be implying that you might drink too much and really disassociate with your emotions. Or this is really like dancing with your senses and really being involved in your senses of what's going on. 5 of emotions. So really being involved in your emotions in this new beginning. Foundation. In other decks it might say that you can be a bit isolated from your senses and your feelings. Alright, there's a King of Arrows. This is really direct communication. This is the just King. So this is our air sign king. Could be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But this is really, people that are, quite determined and getting their contracts and administration in line, and that everything's in line, and they've got the money in line, and everything is just, and they make just choices at their best. So this could be a union, new beginning with this. New beginning, somebody out there might have that. There was conversations that was a third party, new foundation, got something going on with the King of Arrows. This could be a real personal, if that's you out there. So we also had a time of rest. So this is time of resting your body, and you can see the connection with the ether, with your being, and really taking that time to physically heal. Like meditation, maybe healing from a wound, but really taking a little bit of time out physically to look after yourself. Okay, 4 for healing elements. 4 in healing element. Oh, we have the seer. So the seer is our high priestess. So this is the things that have been unseen are seen. This is knowing stuff. This is being connected to your higher conscious and your higher feminine divine. And so this is a lot of fertile nurturing inside of, divine wisdom, and that's what she's looking for inside of that foundation. All right, 3 more for our healing. These reads keep changing as I've been making them over the last few months. Gonna get them better and better. So this is the Wren. This is about nesting. This could be about an earth sign child, an earthy child. Like, oh, this is really about, you know, with this foundation, making that nest, making the little foundation for yourself, your little love nest maybe that goes with this. This can be a really physical sort of nurturing your own little practical and physical world just there. Okay. Ooh. 2 more for your healing element. Oh, sometimes they're jumping, sometimes they're there. Alright, so this is the reflection. So there's a transition. You've gone from one place to another, and when we sit back and we reflect in this, it's reflected in the mirror, so it removes the emotions from it. We're able to see it from a different level, even though we're connected with it emotionally. But this is really about taking this transition to a new place and really reflecting on the old you and leaving that behind and moving into a new space, taking with you what you know, but moving into a new space emotionally away from where you've been in this new foundation. Alright. Okay. And a healing element, boredom. Right. So, 3 cups of joy, 2 cups of attraction, 4 cups. 4 cups means that we're not seeing the attraction and we're not seeing the joy in us. We're the 4th cup. We're recycling. We're recycling stuff and we're going over stuff and we're just, you know, this is being filtered, our emotions, and they roll down and they fill these cups down the bottom and it recycles back up. So this is really, you know, there's no drama llama in this. This is the actually healing position with your emotions where you can actually sit still for a moment and not be overwhelmed by them. Alright, we don't have to be grabbing at something being dramatic all the time. We've got to, something goes a bit more dramatic in the 5, but in the 4, this healing element, there's a spot of rest inside of your emotions. Alright, so 3 cards for how you apply this to the world. Alright, it's time to exploit yourself. This is a manifesting card. This is, I put fruits in, I put the stuff in, I put the effort in, and I get honey for my labour. I get the rewards from my labour. You might be working in a team environment, but this is really in your 6, is your triumph of making money in the stones and in your practical world, really getting that to work, and that's exploitation. So the thing is, exploiting yourself is a great thing, so it's time to put yourself out there maybe. And if you've been holding back on it on a physical level with somebody, maybe we're stepping back from this healing that we were going through, and it's time to put yourself out there into the world. All right, 2 more for our what's our practical application. Ooh, insecurities. 7, also a healing number. So when we're talking about the 7, we're talking about all the things that we're thinking about. This is like, can this go this way? How do I go this way? How do I expand this? How do I shape shift this? How do I move this? This is expansive thought. That you can see that she's not really being hit. She looks harrowed, but she's not being hit. And she's on top of some of these insecurities. So it's like, what do people think? How do I work this? How do I work with what's going on around me? Sometimes lists are great in this spot if you're feeling this insecurity, and how do we apply this to the world. So it might be writing resumes, writing applications. It might, how do I exploit myself? How do I get that out there? How do I go through all of those insecurities to find the things that I need to do inside of that? What's the healing inside of those insecurities that I can work with? All right, 1 more for the practical world. Oh, apparently 2. That one can stay there for a second. So we have the Ace of Cups. So with all of this and the healing that's been going on, and maybe you were communicating like the king in here, and you've been communicating yourself, your euphoria and your senses of your emotions in here, and you've turned with this queen, this seer into, you know, into your practical world, and really looking back and where you've come, right? This here is that emotional new beginning. This is somebody that, you know, stepping up to the plate. This is you stepping up and feeling the love inside of you that you can apply to the world. 2 more. Yeah, 2 for your partnerships. Partnerships for our love reading. Oh, let's put you back in. And let's do that all over again. Let's see. 2 for partnerships. Oh, that's good. All right. So this is celebration. This is a marriage card. Alright, so this was before there was a 3-part scenario, and you've had a new foundation, and there's been conversations of love that have created a healing situation that you come into, and you nest and you've reflected on things. This here is the celebration. So this is actually a marriage card. This is, you know, celebrating with your family and your friends on the mountain with that castle, with our resurrection. our comeback, our rebirth, our renewal, you know, for your instinct and your connection. This is all of faith. This is a celebration of faith. So this definitely could be a marriage card inside of your partnerships, but this is really celebrating the heart and the things that are passionate to you, and celebrating with family and friends. All right, good. Partnerships, the sweet hot tea. What else have we got? One more for partnerships, one more for self-love, the sweet hot tea. What do we got? Oh, I'm not using that one. I'm not going that one. I'm going to go that one. Ooh. So we got the wolf again. So this is instincts, where we really talk about the Knight of Stones. So this is somebody who is making their way, who wants to make their foundations, who is setting themselves up to, you know, have a good, productive life and practical life, and, you know, really apply themselves to making this the home and that nest, and you know, making things into a fruition, and really, you know, grabbing that. And it's still a bit exoteric. They're still looking for things inside of this. We're trusting our instincts inside of this. All right. Or this could be a proposal from somebody who has those sort of qualities of that night of earth, of earthiness. All right, one more card to go. Buddy's telling me. All right, one more card to go for our self-love. Ooh, so in the Two of Wands, we make decisions. In the Three of Wands, we find fulfillment. We find fulfillment with what heals us, what helps us, what fills our kundalini, what, you know, of those two snakes that we have there that we have to make sure that we balance out. It's not good or bad. It's that negative, positive influence and how you work with that in your life. But this is really looking at the, you know, in the two being the Two of Wands, looking for a decision. This is really bringing it into fulfillment, and a spiritual and passionate fulfillment of the things that you've desired inside of all of this. All right, thank you, lollies and jelly beans, for watching. I hope that helps for your sweet hot tea going into December. A little bit of love on the way. I'm also going to do a partnership read, where this one wasn't necessarily that, but it's showing me that there's partnerships in your love, and something that's actually strong and foundational that'll bring fulfillment for you. What a blessing. I really hope you enjoyed that. I really want to do lives on YouTube, so if you could subscribe, that'd be great. You need to have 1,000. I hope that you will, and I will catch you on the flip side. Hello.